These are the names of people who signed a petition to save Enterprise.
Oh, wonderful.
Would you care to sign it, Mr. Roddenberry?
I would love to sign it. As a young boy and a teenager, I didn't get really what Star Trek was. This is something that only became clear to me, you know, in the midst of this project. And then I got it. That's amazing. Now I understood the scope of Star Trek and what it really meant to people. It sort of dawned on us that this would be the end of an era.
Obviously, we're very proud of what we've done. I was in wardrobe the other day, and there were two astronauts there who were doing a walk-on role on the show or something. One of them just spent 6 months on the space station, and as we were all in wardrobe, he had said to everyone, look, I just want to let you know that this is the reason I'm an astronaut. And how the hell can you not feel good about that?
The future of Star Trek, where do you see it?
I don't see it going away. In the future, it's very hard to say.
You wouldn't say Star Trek's dead, though?
Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 we're off the air. We're not dead.
That was good. I didn't know it then, but a brand new Enterprise was about to take flight. Boom! If everyone can move this direction. Roll cameras. 3, 2, 1, boom! In 2009, Star Trek was back. J.J. Abrams would be the first director of a Star Trek movie who hadn't actually known my father. And I had something very special I wanted to show him. Well, if you don't mind, there's something that's actually kind of fantastic. This is one of the main reasons why we want to interview you.
I would have thought that having reached this point, it would be fun to go back to the years from which Kirk first got the Enterprise and met these people. Nothing would please me more than to have Star Trek come back years in the future and bright young people and new stars and so on really make it something and have them say, that's better than Roddenberry's. I'd like that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thanks. That's amazing.
It is, huh?
Yeah, well, I certainly wouldn't say we did better than Roddenberry. It was eerie to see him talking about that.
Well, you did an amazing job of keeping the core of Star Trek as well as bringing in a whole new audience.
Thank you very much.
And walking that line has been what everyone's tried to do. Now, when you do it, do you want to create your own idea and go the direction you want to?
Well, here's the thing. Anyone who would say, you know, he's no Gene Roddenberry and, you know, J.J. Abrams, you know, got huge shoes to fill and he can't do what Gene did, they're all right. It's just true. But that's okay. I mean, I don't want to be your father. I want to, you know, be whoever the hell I am and do my job.
Ready for warp, sir.
It's a weird thing, because as much as it's a gift, working on something called Star Trek, it's a huge burden, because you've got, you know, decades of pre-existing stuff to compare to. The great challenge and opportunity of doing Star Trek is combining spectacle with intimacy and emotion.
I'm so sorry.
There's this amazing dynamic of these different characters. And sure, they're archetypes. You know, when you go to Bones, you know what you're going to get.
I'm a doctor, not an engineer. I'm a doctor, not a performer.
Damn it, man, I'm a doctor, not a physicist.
There's great wit sort of built in, and it's the reason that you can recast the roles, because it's not just that there were terrific actors playing these parts, but they were great parts to play.
Now, we had heard that you weren't initially a fan of Star Trek.
I appreciated the show. I just was not, you know, an avid fan. I was not one of the friends of mine who were just, you know, obsessed.
Yeah.
You know, the Trekkies are the people who, they get it in that way. But now I'm one of those people who gets it.
That's awesome. There's a small similarity in the sense that I didn't really watch Star Trek as a kid. It was only after my father passed away
Isn't that
I began
weird?
to explore it. Now it feels like part of me.
I would, of course, you assume, if your last name is Roddenberry, that you're a Trekkie. And my guess is that you might have been, had your name not been Roddenberry. It's a fascinating thing, the relationship between fathers and sons. Everyone has that baggage, and everyone has to figure out their place. When
I initially started working on this project, I was definitely in a position that I'd never been in before, which was to ask questions about my father. He had some very unique points of view on society and the way that we lived. He was, of course, human and he was flawed, but the Star Trek that he embodied, really explored the human mind, our consciousness, and our intellectual potential.
Space, a final frontier.
It's funny, it's hard for me, and many other people I suspect, to look ahead into the future without thinking about what Star Trek says the future's going to be.
I like the idea that, they could gallivant around the galaxy. That's, I think, a very positive impression to put out there. And that you could go anywhere and find anything, and that anything was possible.
Star Trek has become such a part of the human nomenclature that you can't escape it. You'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who doesn't know what Beam Me Up Scotty is or warp speed.
Warp us out of here.
These children who watched Star Trek became astrophysicists, scientists, astronomers. The devices and the concepts and ideas on the show are now part of science. It's art creating life.
I think that Star Trek today is more important than when it first came on.
What it should be is a model for us to shoot for. This is what we should be working towards,
Cynically, you could say that it is a naive, sort of Pollyannish way of looking at things, but it isn't naive to say that the only way we're going to survive is through collaboration, is through mutual respect and understanding and the sense of it doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter where you come from, that you can be part of that family. And that is a hugely powerful thing.
It's the philosophy of Star Trek that I feel connected to. Even though all this just came from a TV show, it really is an amazing idea of the future. And until someone shows me or tells me something better, it's the direction I want to head in.
Star Trek says the human adventure has just begun. It'll go on without any of us and get better and better and better, because that really is the human condition, is to improve and improve.